from Clarkwoods.com. This is Horribly Off Topic, episode number 105. I am Chris.
And I am Steve, and I play with my balls. Play with my balls. I mean,
Just trying to continue the song.
That is what the theme is.
Nobody gets to hear that.
What the entirety of the song.
Yeah, except for those 4 people who bought the record.
Yeah. Well, maybe
was it 4? I don't know.
It might have been more than that.
That's a soft spot. Sore spot.
If the next time I see Dan, maybe I'll ask him if he doesn't punch me.
Get the actual number of people who have gotten to hear all of Diary of a Hobo, which is our theme song.
we just need to market ourselves better.
I guess, yes.
And then maybe we can market other things.
Maybe that might help,
like Zip Recruiter or some other fucking thing. I'm just doing Bill Burr again.
It's not a show if you don't do Bill Burr, if there's not a One Piece reference,
We'll get there.
We'll get there. So there was a thing left over from last week. I forget at what point last week I mentioned.
It was at the very end of the show.
It was at the very end of the show.
Or very end of the show, part of the show. Not the clip part of the show. Not the clip part
of the show. I mentioned...
the clips that actually happened.
Yes. As if there's any doubt. I mean... there's
Think
no
about
doubt.
it, Nappa. I mean, Chris.
So I mentioned something about a dick in popcorn.
Yes.
And I wanted to elaborate on that because who doesn't want to talk about a dick in popcorn?
I didn't raise my hand, so let's do it. Let's talk about it.
So I listened to this show, and I can't remember if it was the Back to Work program or if it was the...
I thought you meant this show.
No. I listened to a show. I listened to a show, an episode of either Back to Work or the Roderick on the Line.
That's the one. That's your favorite one. That's your Bill Burr.
That's my Bill Burr. I was listening to one of those two. And they got into
You can definitely hear me whenever I'm drinking a glass of whatever with ice in it. You can definitely hear it in the microphone because I listened to last week's show because it's something that's different and
right.
I didn't just live. I mean, I didn't.
It's the best.
I didn't just live it basically.
Yes.
So basically that would be you're a trooper. You listen to everything that we just did.
Yes.
The next day or sometimes the same day.
Right.
So I listened to it because it wasn't a lot of stuff that didn't just happen.
Yep.
So I wanted to listen to it.
Yes.
And I keep on hearing.
Well, yeah, we had those bits of when we ate a lot and when we sang a lot.
So maybe you're gonna have to make a bunch of clips of when I drank a beverage out of a glass with ice in it.
Yeah, just isolate those things.
Isolate.
Pun not intended.
I have these ice cubes. Have you ever you've used the
Han Solo ones?
No, not the Han Solo ones. The orb ones.
I don't know.
Well, it's weird because we have these ice cube things that are supposed to be for like a nice scotch or maybe some whiskey or something like that. You have like a rocks
high
glass.
class beverage.
You use it in a rocks glass, not like the pint glasses that we have a shit ton from Fun Spot.
Yeah.
You put the orb of ice in there, and you pour the liquor over it, and then you enjoy it. But the thing is,
that's what they call on the rocks.
It would be only one rock.
Oh well,
But it doesn't really fit in these pint glasses, or it does. It fits fine, but if you put it in and pour anything, on it, it'll be a bunch of liquid on top, and then the bottom below at a certain point will just be empty because
it can't get through.
The ice is blocking the liquid from getting down. So when I use it in one of these glasses, I have to kind of put it under the sink for a bit and make it shrink so it goes down to the bottom of the glass.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, because you corrected me, and if you were gonna you go into a fancy bar and you want to be an asshole, would you say scotch on the rock because you want just one?
No, I was just being an ass, which I often am.
But do you think there's some artisanal
Are you saying that right?
That is one of the references to one of my favorite podcasters. So if you hear me say artisanal, you got to drink. I mean, just drink when you feel like drinking, I guess.
Yeah, I think everybody should listen to this podcast while at work and drink. Alcohol, not like coffee or anything. Or unless it's Irished up.
Irished up. So there's a dick in popcorn.
Whose dick?
No. So they. I can't remember if it was Roderick and Merlin Mann, or if it was Dan Benjamin and Merlin Mann. That's why I can't remember which show it was on. But
there's crossover. Should we each do another podcast?
Well, speaking, it's funny you should
just
say
so
that.
we could have crossover episodes like Buffy and Angel.
I used to do a podcast with John Martin called what was it called? I was about to name
Generation Goat was the name of your old podcast.
I was about to name Songs That Saved Your Life, which was John's website, and I was like, that's not what it was called. Yeah, I used to do that. I also used to do a podcast on my own.
And I used to do a podcast with some other folks. So actually, two other podcasts.
Yes.
One was called Simulated Itch Relief, after the name of my college radio show. And I did one called Hot Sauce Enema.
Yes, you did.
So maybe I should just talk to those guys again and be like, hey, you guys want to do a random episode?
Yeah.
And just, if anybody's still subscribing to the feed,
they'll just
randomly show up.
Whoa, what the fuck? Where'd this come from?
I didn't expect this to happen.
Yeah. I also did, I mentioned I did one by myself for a while called variously at different times called Geek Force Utters, Geek Force 5cast, and then just 5cast. And I finally have all 350-ish episodes back online.
We should you should sell those 350 episodes like on a disc.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like a CD compact disc. Do you think they'll all fit?
No.
Oh.
No. Well, I mean, if they were MP3s, maybe. That used to be a thing. Like, you could buy a disc that had half of it was audio and half of it was MP3s on the other side.
Wow.
That was a thing that people did for a little while.
Jeez. Could you distribute? Could you distribute things like via flash drive nowadays? Because it's weird because the way we transmit media now is less disc based and more like hard disk based.
Yes. I mean, I think that is what people did before there were things like Dropbox or whatever. Like, there was that period where we went, instead of...
We could autograph it, too. We could have a little zip drive or like a little flash drive and be like, here's Chris's podcast autographed by Chris and Steve for some reason, even though he's not on those ones.
There was one of those back when I did the website Geek Force 5, and it was... I don't know if it was like the guy's butt was the USB thing, or it came out of some orifice of a person. So like it was a little rubber person, and then like you took off their head and there was the USB part, or it was their butt or something.
Did you ever see those gnomes, like the garden gnomes? But then there was like dirty ones. There's like one that moons people.
I believe I've seen that.
You should get one.
I should get one of those.
You should have that be
put all my
the logo for our show. You put a lot of good work in it. Looks great, the one we have now, but it should be like a garden gnome mooning people. Gotcha.
Popcorn. So I'm listening to this show, and they start going on about... They get off on a tangent about the old chestnut, the old porno movie chestnut of...
That's not a porno movie chestnut.
Oh, no, like Porky's. It's like Porky's, or like 80s movies chestnut, where like the guy goes to the movie theater with the girl, and he has secretly cut a hole in the bottom of the tub of popcorn, so that when the girl reaches in to get the popcorn, she is going to get his dick.
Okay, so first problem.
Well, okay, and yes, what's the first problem?
First problem. Are you going to maintain an erection the entire time? Because if you're just sitting there with a flaccid penis in the popcorn,
I don't know.
And depending on how big the popcorn thing is, like if you are not hard, it's just gonna slink down in the bottom, and then she might just be like, I'm sick of popcorn at this point.
She might.
And you not even get to your flaccid wang. So, although the excitement factor of the fact that she might brush her hand against it might
right
kind of provide the initial energy expenditure.
Well, I think you've identified a couple of the problems, and they spent a long time on this, identifying some of the same problems. I wanted to get your take on it, because I think that is problem A, is are you going to be able to maintain the erection?
Or even get the erection?
But I think problem 0 is what size popcorn do you get? I mean,
if you've got ample length, I suppose you can get the jumbo.
But do you go for one of the ones that's...
It's only like $1 more.
I know. Fucking guys always get me. But would it be better, instead of going for one of the tubs, which is cardboard, which brings us to like problem 3, would it be better to get one of the ones that's like a paper bag, because that's easier to make a tear in?
Yeah, but it also holds the possibility of popcorn leaking out the bottom of it.
This is true.
Because if you tear it too much,
right,
it'll tear the whole bottom of the bag, and then you're sitting there with your dick out and popcorn all over you.
Yes. And of course, now you get to problem 47, which is like, how do you get the bottom of it open? Where do you cut? Like, do you cut the hole in the bottom, like in the bathroom? You like bring the bag of popcorn into the bathroom?
See, I mean, there are people that go into public restrooms and with a sawzall or something or other to carve glory holes into it. I think tearing into a little bit of popcorn bucket is not even close to that.
Probably use your keys.
You could probably use your keys.
Or
you could use your finger, which has a bone in it.
I mean, it has a bone in it, but the bottom of a tub of popcorn is... There used to be a guy who like played guitar with a tub of popcorn on his head. Oh, that was a tub of chicken.
That was a bucket.
That was a bucket.
That was Buckethead.
That was Buckethead. That was chicken, wasn't it?
I don't know if it was a bucket of chicken or it was a regular bucket.
I don't know.
I don't know if it was like... When I first heard about Buckethead, I assumed that the bucket that he had on his head was like one of those ones you have, like a pail that you would go take to the beach to build a sandcastle.
That's what I thought. But I think it was like a bucket.
If anybody likes Photoshop, if that's still a thing, can you Photoshop that for me? Thanks.
I think his was like a bucket of KFC. I think it was like a big old KFC bucket. I thought that was his thing.
Do you think he was sponsored by KFC?
Would you ever put your dick in a KFC bucket?
No, but would you put it in a famous bowl?
Pile my food in a fucking bowl?
There you go.
I don't care anymore.
Set you up. I was like, here's a little softball right in the air.
Right there. I hit it with my dick.
Which was in popcorn.
Popcorn chicken.
With gravy.
Oh. See? I don't know. Is the gravy hotter than the butter on the popcorn?
You mean the artificial butter flavor?
Utter butter fisher flavor.
Utter butter fisher, baby.
I mean, which would stand the chance of scalding your dick, and which of them would just sort of help you stay hard because it's this nice moist whatever that's around your member?
I think neither would be good for like any sort of I don't know if the idea of like getting into a warm hole is stimulating for a guy,
right.
But if it's not that warm, I don't know. I don't think butter is a good idea though.
No, I don't think butter's a good idea either.
Because it'll leak out the bottom onto your pants.
Right. You got to wear black jeans in this case, right? I mean, or black pants, like something where the stain isn't going to be there. I mean,
the stain's going to be there regardless of what color pants you're wearing.
But the stain won't be as visible.
Yeah, but you get out of the theater and you put butter on there.
Yeah.
Your pants are covered.
Your pants are covered in butter. Yeah. And hopefully cum. I mean, that's the whole point.
No, the cum was hopefully in her mouth.
Wait, no, she's putting her head into the bucket of popcorn.
Yeah, eventually. Isn't that the goal?
I know. See,
I thought going to munch on some popcorn, not on your penis.
What I thought the goal was is that she puts her hand into the popcorn, and people think she's just eating a lot of popcorn, but she's actually like manually masturbating you.
Okay. Well, if she did that, she could also eat the cum on the popcorn.
Maybe. I don't know. That part grosses me out. The rest of it, I don't.
You'd rather she just take it all in one gulp?
No. I would rather that the popcorn was just a prop for two kids trying to have a little bit of fun, and nobody actually eats the popcorn.
So none of the popcorns gets eaten.
None of the popcorn gets eaten. No.
We just got to make sure your penis is nice and clean, and you're trimmed down there as far as
but
as far as hair goes.
But still, if you finish in the popcorn, I don't know that that's a great taste. I don't know if it's a great taste to begin with, but I'm guessing
there's a Chinese food restaurant called Great Taste. I wonder where
is that their secret ingredient?
I don't know. Popcorn and cum.
Dick in a box of chicken fried rice.
The chopsticks. I scalded my wang. Oh, my wang.
That stuff is never hot. That's the problem. Like if you go and you get, maybe it's just because
I think it's immediately very hot, and then it cools off like
way fast,
instantaneously.
Yeah. And some of the stuff in there that's like theoretically egg. I mean, I think if you jizzed into some chicken fried rice, I think
it would look like that egg.
It might look like the egg that's in there.
Well, you never know.
You know, and
Great Taste.
Great Taste.
I need to figure out where Great Taste is.
Why? This is inspiring you to go get some.
I wouldn't mind some Chinese food.
I want Dick in a carton of Ben and Jerry's.
That would be too cold.
That would be cold.
That would be shrinkage.
Oh, it's just such fun to imagine. I mean,
it was in Milford.
In Milford, I passed a what did that have? Sonic the other day.
The one in
is in Wilmington.
Yes.
Yes,
Delaware.
we were driving through or I was driving through. We were driving.
It's not that far from here.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, I was driving the back roads, and I passed through a. I think it was. That's why it was here. Because when we recorded last week's show, it was on a Monday afternoon, and the traffic was terrible. So I took the back roads.
You took Route 38 home, which is where Sonic Burger is.
Went past Sonic. I've never had that.
You never had a Sonic Burger?
Never had a Sonic Burger.
They're not bad. I think there's definitely a better fast food hamburger out there.
Yeah.
And I think Five Guys does it better.
Yeah.
And most like independent burger joints, like they do it great.
Yeah, I would agree. Have you ever seen? I know the answer is no. Are you aware of a thing called Evan Tube HD?
No.
No. Okay, so
does that have anything to do with a dick and popcorn?
No, it does not. No, but it has to do with fast food French fries in this case. So my kids have become when they got their iPads, they initially I think had YouTube on there, but then YouTube came out with a YouTube Kids, which made me feel way better because it's targeted at kids, and then it made me feel way worse because there's such stupid shit that's targeted at kids on YouTube. But one of the pieces of stupid shit that my kids have found is this place called Evan Tube, and it's a channel run by a little kid and the little kid's parents. So I'm not saying that Evan himself is a piece of shit. I'm sure he's a charming young lad. But Evan and Evan has a sister, Jillian, who my younger daughter is obsessed with. And when my younger daughter got her haircut, it was to look like Jillian's haircut. My younger daughter, Melody, has tried to show me the same, like, half of this one Evan Tube, Jillian Tube video like a dozen times in the past week and never lets me see the end of it. She just shows me the beginning, and it's their French fry challenge. And apparently,
is it like the cinnamon challenge?
I don't know. That's the cinnamon challenge involving.
You've never done the cinnamon challenge or seen anybody do the cinnamon challenge online?
I don't know if I've done. No, I don't think so.
Good friend of the show, Leo, did that. Didn't do that, but he offered up a wager.
Oh yeah.
For people in our suite to take the cinnamon challenge, which was you get a heaping tablespoon of cinnamon.
Ooh.
And you eat it.
Did anyone win?
No one won.
No, okay.
And there was, I think we had two Brians in our suite. Mm-hmm. The other Brian had a Y in his name, so we called him the Y.
The Y.
And he did not fare so well at the cinnamon challenge.
Okay.
And he, I think, was yakking into.
I was going to say, was there any
into a trash barrel for quite some time. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, like, the moment you put it in your mouth. The moment you inhale, you're done.
You're done. Okay. I don't know.
Because, like, all right, so the cinnamon, it kind of removes all the moisture from your mouth.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so your body is frantically trying to produce enough saliva for you to get this to be not in your mouth anymore.
Yeah.
But it's not able to. And so your mouth is completely dry, and you have all this cinnamon in your mouth, and you have to breathe. And if you make the mistake of letting even the slightest bit of air pass through your mouth into your lungs, a shit ton of cinnamon is going along with it and is getting fucking stuck in your fucking lungs. God. And you're going to be spitting out and coughing up cinnamon for an hour or maybe more.
Now, I like cinnamon, but I don't think I would like the cinnamon challenge. No, that is not what the that is not what the French fry challenge is like.
Was it like we're testing out French fries to see which one's our favorite?
Well, so this is
that
what
seems a lot less dangerous.
Yeah, as I said, I've only seen the first half of the video, but
so you don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened, but having seen no,
we could watch it after the show.
Having seen other of their challenge videos, I can anticipate what is going to happen. So
they're going to say, "I like this French fry over this French fry."
No. So what happens? One of the ones I have seen all the way through is called the Pringles challenge.
Oh, now the Pringles!
The Pringles challenge.
Pringles are a tasty treat that people eat while busting ghosts.
Ooh,
they bust ghosts and eat Pringles.
Do they really? The Pringles.
I'm going to get in trouble for that one.
The Pringles challenge. The Pringles challenge. In this case, the one that I've seen was Evan and Jillian's mom and dad take the Pringles challenge, and they each wear a blindfold, and the kids put a Pringle from each of a select like a whole bunch of different Pringle varieties or varietals in front of the parents. The parents each eat one, and then at the count of 3 or 4 or whatever, they have to shout out what they think the Pringle was, and whoever gets it right gets a point.
One of my favorite Pringles flavors was extreme dill pickle.
What makes a dill pickle extreme?
It has a lot of salt on it.
Okay, all right. That sounds all right.
I guess.
This
will kill you faster than your regular dill pickle.
Than the regular Pringle. So I'm guessing what happens with the French fry challenge is they have the French fries from this bunch of different restaurants, and they have to try them and guess which one they came from. That would be my guess.
Do they have poutine or anything?
I don't think they have poutine, no. So they, in this video, the part that I've seen, they split up, and oh my God, it's so... Like, I can see why the kids are into it. They're real people with identifiable, like characteristics and personalities and whatever. It's like reality TV light in, like, 20-minute chunks for little kids. So Mommy Tube, that the mother actually refers to herself as Mommy Tube.
I don't like that.
and the father refers to himself as Daddy Tube. So Mommy Tube and Jillian, the girls, have
I've seen Mommy Tube before, and that's a different kind of animal there.
I've seen Mommy Tube before. So Mommy Tube and Jillian go off to get half the French fries, and Daddy Tube and Evan go off to get half the French fries. Now, turns out Mommy Tube is nearly out of gas, so that is a problem for them. There's a lot of lines for Daddy Tube and Evan, as I recall.
They're probably going on a Saturday, like right after baseball practice or something.
Yeah. They're in L.A., I think, because they go to In-N-Out. I'm not going to get all of them. Jack in the Box, McDonald's, Burger King. They go to Del Taco. I think it's.
Why would Del Taco have fries?
Apparently they do. They go to a place called Habit. I don't know what Habit is.
Is it like a Hobbit? Is it like little hairy feet?
Little hairy feet eating, preparing your French fries for you. They go to all these. They go to all these places and they bring all the French fries back, and it turns. The first part of the challenge is who will get back to the house fastest, and of course, Daddy Tube and Evan get back fastest.
Yeah, but because they didn't run out of gas.
They didn't run out of gas. It's just these people, my guess, based on another video I saw, they make a lot of fucking money from their YouTube channel, because they also got to take their kids to New York City, sponsored by Target. within the last couple of years. Like, and so this just makes me think I need to stop shit talking advertisers because maybe we would but
we don't have a YouTube channel though.
We don't have a YouTube channel. There are podcasts out there that upload their entire fucking thing with I don't know what. Sometimes not even any visual at all.
A picture of us.
That is.
We could get somebody to do some sort of animation program of the two of us talking.
It could be.
And then hopefully have it be able to identify each of our voices. And then if we have a guest on, we have it be like the Grimace or something.
Oh, it could be. We should have the Grimace on as a guest.
No.
I wonder if he makes the French fries. So I still don't know
what the Grimace is.
No, I know I don't know what the Grimace is.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that.
Yeah, is he related to Big Bird? Is he related to all those people?
Big Bird. The Grimace is from McDonald's.
I know he's a McDonald's character, but is he he seems like him and that bird that was part of the whole McDonald's
that was the
gang.
Early Bird when they started doing McDonald's breakfast.
It feels to me like those characters are maybe like cousins, or maybe they're like the part of the family that got disowned from the Sesame Street gang, like all the grown-ups who have been there for years. You hear about that?
What?
The grown-ups who have been on Sesame Street for like decades all got fired this week.
Whoa, HBO? Jesus Christ, guys.
So a bunch of, or something like that. It was a big controversy. It was a lot of upset.
All their heads on pikes?
Dun, 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 dun.
That's what I was referring to.
So I don't. What's your favorite? If you were gonna have
McDonald's
a French fry
breakfast,
challenge?
I don't know.
No, French fries. Since that's what we were talking. What fast food French fries are your favorite?
The thing is, the best French fry that I like, I don't think they have at fast food restaurants typically.
Okay.
I like a big steak fry.
I like a big steak fry too.
I want it to be. I want it to be very crispy on the outside. But really soft on the inside.
That's it's very easy to prepare a steak fry poorly.
Yeah,
I think, and
I think that's probably why none of the major fast food restaurants. That's what they do.
I hear people on some of the podcasts I listen to talk about McDonald's fries being awesome. I think McDonald's fries are the worst.
I like McDonald's fries.
McDonald's fries hot are okay, but that's the same with pretty much any fast food fry. But they are a little too close to like potato sticks. Like, you know those things you get in the can that were...
What, in the bathroom?
Yes, I mean, that's where
Next to the condoms and the
there
fake
was like
little nudie pictures.
There was like a little can. I think my mom used to get these with like cans of potato sticks. They were like, you didn't cook them or whatever. They were just things you could take to school with you. And they were basically like French fry shaped potato chips. But that's what McDonald's French fries remind me of. They're not very thick and they get bad fast, but
I have something to talk about that's non-French fry related.
Okay. And
more along the lines of things you would get with quarters in a bathroom.
Because you want to go in that direction. Yeah.
Of course I do.
The condom challenge.
I remember... No. I remember back... Matthews, where you had your bachelor party.
Oh, I remember Matthews.
So we were there one time. We had gone there more than one time. Mm-hmm. We used to go on Sundays after The Simpsons because it was no cover.
Yes. I think you've mentioned that before.
Yeah. Definitely did. One of the times we went there, there was... They had this thing in the bathroom with like condoms, and then you could buy a French tickler or some godforsaken
But
thing.
There's no sex in the champagne room.
No, but you can get a condom.
You can get a condom to take home with you.
And a cock ring, but just take them home with you because you're not supposed to be having sex
to the girlfriend you don't have because you're at the strip club.
Obviously. So I go into the bathroom, and there was that, and condoms and French ticklers or whatever. Yeah. But there was also this one was pussy pictures. And I was like, and it was 75 cents, and I'm like, I gotta check this out. So I put in 75 cents, and I turned the little crank like you would getting a Super Bowl at the grocery store.
Yeah.
And a little thing popped out. Mm. And it was pretty much like when you would, not like when you would get a Super Bowl, but when you would get a sticker.
Okay.
At one of those things where you push the coins in.
Yeah.
And you pull it out, and then a sticker comes out, with weird skulls or like
on the
fairies or whatever the hell stickers they have there. But so I opened it up, and it's a picture, a little, probably very small.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say, maybe wallet sized, and it was a half naked woman, not completely naked woman.
Okay. Naked from the waist up or waist down?
She was naked from the waist up. She had her boobs out.
Okay.
And she was
sitting. This is called a pussy picture.
Yeah, but she was sitting next to a cat. And I'm like, all right, you got me, but you got me, and I like it though. That's hilarious.
There's two thoughts that come out of that. One is a question I want to throw out to you that you can think about because maybe it'll take a while to come up to me, and then the other is an anecdote. There was a movie out there. This is the question. There was a movie out there, or maybe a TV show or whatever, where somebody. Oh no!
Do people even know what a French tickler is anymore?
It's a fucking book. That's what it is. Okay,
what?
I already answered the question for myself. In the book version of Wonder Boys, which is one of my favorite books and one of my favorite films, but it's not in
Wonder
the film.
Boy for Sega Genesis. That was the same as what the fuck was the one that Hudson made?
No. Wonder Boys
Adventure Island.
Wonder Boys Adventure Island, like a colon in the middle.
No. Adventure Island was a game for the Nintendo. Then Sega made one. It was called Wonder Boy.
Oh, okay.
Which was exactly the same game.
In Wonder Boys the book, as opposed to Wonder Boys the film, a character in a bathroom, not unlike the one at Matthews, buys one. I don't know if it's a French tickler or if it's a ribbed for her pleasure. And I think it might be a French tickler. And he carries the condom around with him the entire novel. And then towards the end, spoilers, he hands it to a friend of his who is about to have sex with another man. So you're kind of wondering exactly what the French. I don't know if it's French tickler or rib for her pleasure or what it is. But
the French tickler is supposed to be a cock ring. So basically, it's stimulating the clitoris of the woman while you're having sex with her.
Got it. The anecdote, since I answered my own question, when we went to Matthews.
For your bachelor party.
For my bachelor party. I went to Matthews a number of times before then, probably a few times
It's now
after
a pizza place. Go check it out sometime.
Oh my God. Because the fucking people of Tingsboro, not that I would love to visit Matthews now, but the people
there's still a strip club in Tingsboro.
Yeah, but it's like a sleazy strip club, isn't it?
They were both sleazy. There's no such thing as a not sleazy strip club.
I don't think Matthews is an upscale gentleman's establishment.
Oh, fuck you.
Anyway, no, but the people at Tingsboro did not want Matthews in that place from like the moment it opened, and they were looking for reasons to get them kicked out of there.
It's not like if you were to drive by it, you would not know what it was necessarily back in the day.
No, I
can't believe we're having this conversation again.
Okay, yeah, I know. Anyway, so back then, at my bachelor party, my brother paid for they had a feature that weekend.
Ooh.
What was her name?
Bridget the Midget?
It was Nikki. It might have been Nikki Sex. It might have been
that. Nikki Sex.
It might have been that unimaginative. So I think let's say it was Nikki Sex.
So let's just say strippers have very bad punny names.
Yes.
But people that do roller derby usually have very clever punny names.
Yes, they do. So let's say it was Nikki Sex. I believe it was like Nikki Sex. At any rate, she had danced her dance, and then she went upstairs to the upper level of the establishment. And my brother paid for the chance for me to go up and... not the chance, but paid for me to be able to go
up... Was it a
lotto
lotto ticket?
and have a picture taken with her.
Oh, that's nice.
So... I ended up with a picture of her sitting on my lap, fully clothed.
Well, obviously, they're not going to be...
Yeah. Well, I don't know. There are people out there listening to this show who may never have been to a gentleman's club.
Who's going to be able to put that on display? Like, oh, here's me with this nude person.
Well, okay.
Hey, children that I have, check out this.
Who would
the
want
tips
it
on this lady?
You're leading me to the end of the anecdote. Who would want to have it at all once they have children, or once they have, like, I got it and I was getting married 48 hours later. Like, what was I going to do with this thing? But for a while, I had that Polaroid.
It was a Polaroid?
It was a Polaroid, yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was Polaroid.
There wasn't digital cameras back then?
No, I mean, there might have been, but this is 2001. This is April 2001. There were digital cameras, I'm sure, but the quality was going to be shit on most digital cameras.
Gross.
So I had a Polaroid signed by Nikki Sexx, or whatever her name was.
At the bottom part.
At the bottom part, the white part. And I had this tucked into my various porno stashes for ages. And then my porno stashes dwindled as my married life continued. And then my porno stash basically went away entirely when I had kids. I think, if not by the time they were born, by the time they were toddling around, even though it was in a locked box somewhere, I was trying to figure out how to get rid of all these magazines and video cassettes. And I did not have as many.
Put them in a garbage bag and you throw them away. What did you want to?
I did not have as many as my brother did, but, or maybe I did. I don't know. I was a Playboy subscriber for a couple of years there. At any rate, so I was But I think I still had that picture. I think because I maybe I didn't want anybody to find it.
Well, the thing is, it's sort of some posterity to it.
Yeah. But now I don't know where that picture is. I don't know if I finally threw it out or if it's lingering somewhere in my damn house for my kids to find. And I'm like, where is it?
All right. So, like, there's way more terrible things that your kids could find.
Okay.
Of you,
I guess.
Pictures of you, possibly.
I don't think they're...
No, like with you, with like some did she have large tits? I don't remember that evening so well.
I don't know. I don't think she had enormous
bazongas.
No, I don't think she had bodacious tatas.
Okay.
No,
okay. Well, some sexy lady sitting on your lap in her undies. Like I couldn't imagine that be a terrible thing.
Probably not. But I wish I knew. I wish I had some memory of what happened to it because I don't know where it would be.
Maybe your brother has it.
I don't think so. I mean, I did have the final thing that I had.
He brought it with him to California.
I don't know why I had this, but I mean, so.
Oh, you have another thing that
This is another thing. You ready for this confession central? It's the ones where I confess things are fun, right?
Yeah, they're fun.
I can't tell if you're serious.
Yeah, I'm wicked serious.
No, so
I'm Yahoo serious.
What was it? So, like, one of the first books that I remember, first naughty books that I remember knowing the existence of was The Joy of Sex. And my friend Jim's little sister actually stole The Joy of Sex out of the Chelmsford Public Library when I was in middle school or so. And her... she and her friends were like had The Joy of Sex, and I think for some reason the library actually got it back in stock. I don't know why they had it in stock, but I went to the library.
It's a book. That's why they had it in stock.
But it's full of explicit illustrations, and it's not like there's somebody standing around that section to keep like a preteen or a teenager from looking through the book and seeing.
Yeah, but there's also like nude people in National Geographic magazine.
These are people,
and I remember having that in elementary school and being like,
okay, but there aren't people
sub-Saharan Africa like boobs out.
Yes, sub-Saharan Africa boobs out, but there aren't people fucking on the pages of National Geographic.
Yes, but the thing is, it's not graphic fucking either.
Okay.
It's drawings of people being intimate, Chris.
Okay. At any rate, at some point in my adult life, I think maybe because I had an interest in The Joy of Sex, but I wanted an updated version of it, I bought some goddamn book that had
some goddamn book
that was about like leading like one of those with illustration with like photographs and whatever, one of those big coffee table books, but you would never put it on your coffee table. It was about sex and having better sex.
Yeah, we have one about puppies on ours.
Yeah, so it's about that size, about the size of the puppy book, but it's about fucking. And I had that book, and it was tucked into my my underwear drawer or something like that, along with a book of portraits. God, I was fucking upset. I just don't understand. I had a book of portraits of porn stars, and it was by like some art photographer or somebody claiming to be an art photographer. And on one side,
was it tasteful nudes?
Kind of. They were theoretically tasteful. So on one side you had the porn star fully clothed, and on the other side you had the porn star in the exact same pose, naked. And it was like some sort of artistic statement or whatever, and I bought this book and I had it, and so the photograph, the last time I knew of it, the photograph that I had of me and Nikki Sixx was tucked into one of those books. And I'm wondering if when I finally like deposited one of those books into some bin somewhere to be recycled, or did I...
Recycled? Why didn't you just throw it out?
I don't know. Maybe
when I got rid of my pornography,
maybe I did just throw it out.
I had a Glad trash bag. Mm-hmm. There's an advertisement for you. Perfect for taking out your old pornography that you don't jerk off to anymore because you have the internet. Mm. I'm looking up Nikki Sixx.
Nikki Sixx. Make sure you turn on your incognito mode, Steve.
Whatever. Nikki Sixx.
Yeah. So, I remember in those years afterwards when I subscribed to not subscribed, but one of the porno tapes I ended up digging up had her on it. I was like, I gotta see this person. Sat on my lap once. I want to see what her work is like, and it was not the greatest movie ever.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
I'll say that.
What was the buzz? Was that you?
That was me. That was somebody I follow on Patreon. Just posted an update.
That's great.
That is one of the only things I allow to give me notifications on my phone, because
just so you can get whatever thing.
Sometimes the people I follow on Patreon do live chats and things like that.
Oh, so you're missing it. I'm sorry.
No, that one was not a live chat. That one I can't see anymore. I think they put up a new song.
Oh, cool.
You know, they do that kind of thing.
Well, we were on that for a while, huh?
We were on Dicks and Popcorn and me admitting things.
Did we get to the second thing on the list yet?
No.
Oh.
I mean, so the DNC and the RNC were so the RNC happened, the Republican National Convention happened before we recorded last week's show.
But yeah, since we were we're doing a sort of evergreen show last week.
Yes,
of sorts.
And then the DNC, the Democratic National,
a sort of evergreen show of sorts. That's what I just said.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm calling my
You're calling your own bluff.
Yes,
bullshit.
Not bluff. Bullshit. Thank you. Sometimes I say things that are the same things twice. Same things.
The DNC happened this week. Did you watch any of either of them?
No, what I get is like tidbits of from John Oliver or some other. Yeah.
My dad, as you would imagine, watched all of the RNC.
Yes, because that's just fascinating watch.
I didn't want to stay up that late. I didn't watch any of it. I would see what happened on Twitter.
I consider myself more liberal than conservative, and I wouldn't for a second watch the DNC.
Okay. I didn't watch the DNC either, except for Hillary's speech. For whatever reason, I decided to stay up and watch Hillary's speech.
Well, you're with her.
You've
been with her since the beginning.
Yep, I have always liked Hillary. And did she give the most compelling? Was she the most compelling speaker ever? No, she's never been the most compelling speaker.
Yes, she sounds like a Mars Attack alien.
She gave the best speech she could possibly give, and I thought it was good. But and it had a number of good one-liners against Donald Trump, including one where she said, "A person that you can bait on Twitter is not somebody that you want to be the leader of the free world," which of course was brilliant, because if he afterwards responds, he proves her point, and
you're proving my point.
You're proving my point. Anyways, it was good.
That was Glenn Ordway, by the way. Getting local for you.
Getting local for you.
That's I don't know if he still does. I think he left the.
It was the O show, the Big O.
Big O show.
The Big O show
on WEEI, the Red Sox radio network.
Not about orgasms.
No, it was about Glenn Ordway, and he was a large man.
He was
hence
a large man.
Big O.
There's nothing that says a large man can't give or get a Big
Ordway.
O. You think he's ever given somebody a Big O?
I don't know. I think he was married, or is.
So we have nominees. I guess that's the point of.
Yes, we have Donald Drumph, and we have Hillary Clinton.
Yes.
Could we have a less, a more underwhelming? Wait, more
we we have the first ever female nominee from a major party for president of the United States.
That's fantastic. I would be so excited about that if it was any other woman in the world aside from Sarah Palin. Or maybe some others. There's probably a laundry list, but I'm just signaling her out.
Yeah, if it was Sarah Palin, that would not be...
Yeah, I would be even less excited.
Okay, all right. Well, fair enough. I mean, I see, and I said something on Twitter or Facebook or whatever. A friend of mine, maybe was it Will? So a friend of ours? Can I say?
Will is our friend. Yes.
I'm trying to remember if it was Will that somebody on Facebook.
You could attribute it to him. And
I'll say it was Will. He's a smart guy. He deserves some credit. Posted this laundry list of reasons why we should actually be happy that it's Hillary. Like the reasons why Hillary is actually a good choice. And I'll say there what I said now, which is I'm not very good at articulating any of my own political opinions. So as longtime listeners of the show will know. So I think we should be happy that she is the nominee, but I understand that.
I mean, she's a person that I was not enthralled with ever. I don't necessarily.
But where do you stand on the Bernie or bust people? I mean,
I'm kind of frustrated with them.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a Bernie or bust person.
Right.
Because as much as I joke about wanting to see the end of the world via a Trump presidency.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not big on that. I'm not big on that, especially since the end of the world would be fairly uncomfortable once Trump's presidency nominates two conservative Supreme Court justices.
The problem with if Trump had picked somebody that I didn't dislike as a vice presidential candidate,
okay,
I might be. It might make sense to vote for Trump because Trump, if he becomes president, will most likely do something that will immediately get him impeached.
You think so?
The guy's a fucking moron.
Well, yeah, I mean, this week he did ask Russian hackers to hack the United States.
That's fucking treason.
Apparently not. Okay, so then not. I don't want to cut off your point. So you think if it was just Trump and he had picked somebody who was not despicable as a vice president, you would consider voting for him because he's going to get impeached the first week. And then we'll get whoever the vice president is. Mm-hmm. But he picked
the most conservative asshole ever,
who is out there bragging about Roe v. Wade getting overturned in the immediate future.
Yeah. So, nope. Yeah. Sorry. Good job, buddy. You completely anybody that's a Bernie or bust kind of person.
Yeah.
And can easily see that possibility.
Yeah.
Like Trump being a fucking dope and a half,
right?
And saying and doing something that'll immediately get him impeached,
right?
And then having this fucking ultra conservative fuckwad,
yeah,
be our president is not a great thing.
But I think their philosophy is burn it all down. They let it go absolutely to hell.
But it won't go absolutely to hell.
I know it won't.
If that happens,
yeah.
Trump is not going to last as a president if he becomes president,
right? I mean, the important thing, I think, for me that came out of all of this was the importance of trying
being
to start
earnest?
Yes, sir. Not for any ready money, sir. The important thing, I think, is about voting down ticket. That's really the important. Regardless of who the Democratic nominee is, I think trying to find some way to gain ground in the Senate is just as important.
In fact, more important.
Yeah, because if Trump were to win, it might stop some of his stupid bullshit. It might stop World War III if we had more Democrats in.
But the trick is, I mean, the president is the commander-in-chief, but it's Congress that needs to declare war.
Right. But the commander-in-chief can start military actions and shit like that, right?
Yeah, and executive orders like Obama did. Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
And let me just get this straight. I am, even if he had picked another vice presidential candidate that I didn't despise, I still would never have voted for Trump. Let me just clear the air.
Clear that
because I don't know if there's anybody on the right side of the ticket that I really... I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because, I mean, Hillary is that person, basically.
Yeah, I mean...
is the person that is... She is slightly to the right of where I am. Mm-hmm. And I'm not as far left as Bernie. But I find what he says more appealing than Hillary. So I'd rather go more left than go more right.
Yeah. I mean, she made... I got the sense, and I know it wasn't enough to satisfy the Bernie or bust people, but she made more mention of the runner-up, in this case Bernie, than I think is normal. I think
she's trying to get these fucking Bernie or bust people to stop being children and just be like, guess what? He and I disagree about a lot of things, but we also agree about a lot of things. And you know what? I understand the reason why he did so well is because you guys want me to be more to the left. And I think Bernie pulled her more to the left. Right. Which is why he was okay with endorsing her.
Yeah. I mean, he helped write the platform, which is way more... I mean, it would be even better for people who love Bernie if Bernie were the one in charge of writing the platform. But the fact that he did as well as he did helped get some of his issues onto the platform. And so, I don't know. I saw all the same clips of the DNC that everyone has probably seen. The moment where Bernie gets up and tells everybody to he asks for I think the roll call had all happened. So I'm not clear exactly what he stopped from happening, but he basically said, like, let's just get on with it and let's have Hillary be the nominee. Was a big moment. Like he had them, and of course I loved the moment where his brother. What state was his brother representing? Maybe it was
Vermont.
New York. Well, what was it? Was it Vermont? Maybe it was Vermont. And his brother gets
Bernie's from Vermont.
I know, but it could have been New York or something like. Wasn't he originally from New York?
He was originally from New York, but I think the family moved to Vermont.
Whichever state it was, his brother was a delegate for. His brother gets up and
Dello Feligates.
He gets to nominate Bernie and mentions their parents, and you get a close up of Bernie, and Bernie is very emotional, and it's very touching. Almost as touching, not quite, but almost as touching.
Almost as touching as Nikki Sex.
As Nikki Sex and my dick in the popcorn. No, that never happened.
Well, if it did, it happened a couple days before you were
before
married.
I was married, so everything's okay. I did not have
sexual relations with that popcorn or that porn star at Matthews.
I did not watch Police Academy 1 through 6 with that woman.
Did he really bring up Police Academy?
He did. He brought up Police Academy in Bill Clinton did bring up Police Academy in his speech.
The other Clinton. And this is something that Becky had pointed out to me, like that a bunch of different newspapers had said that Hillary was the nominee, but then they kept on showing pictures of Bill.
Right. Well, and I think their excuse for it must have been that Bill was the one who had spoken that night, and Hillary wasn't actually appear. Did she actually appear? She came
was she a ghost?
No, well she.
I ain't afraid of no Hillary.
That was a great tweet that I saw. Was the only way that Hillary could upset men's rights activists even more than she was right now is if she started busting ghosts. But the second most charming moment of the DNC, as far as I was concerned. Aside from seeing Bernie's brother make him cry, was I think it was a 102-year-old woman who was born a couple of years before women were given the right to vote. She was one of the people who got to nominate Hillary, and she was very excited. So I thought that was charming. Charming.
Did she live in Suffragette City?
That song's in my head. Except not enough of it for me to sing something. You're welcome.
Well, it's in their head anyway.
It is in your head. Down at Suffragette City.
No, you did sing it.
Enough. All right, so we got 5-6 minutes left, and I want to make sure. Yeah, I want to make sure I bring up one other thing. There were a couple other things on here, but we got an email.
We occasionally get emails.
And I'm not going to read the whole thing because
it was lengthy.
It was lengthy, and some of it was, I think, more like conversational between me and the person. But we got an email from Cassie, who helps run the Federation of Belligerent Writers. So if you remember back to episode 103, I was talking about going to see the Federation of Belligerent Writers' Sindependence Day.
Ooh.
And I had some constructive criticism for them, and they listened, at least Cassie listened, I don't know if any more of them listened, to the show. And
thanks for listening to the show. We'll hashtag that we talked about you again.
Yes.
So you listen to this until the very end of the fucking show. And you're like, God damn it, it's talking about fucking strip clubs again. And
the same fucking
they talk about fucking dicks and popcorn for fucking 25 minutes.
The same fucking assholes who were telling us we needed to be more inclusive and more diverse talk about fucking... Ugh. Sorry. But yes, thank you, Cassie, for emailing us back. A couple points that Cassie brought up. I'll start with the ones that are less pertinent to you. Or this is still pertinent to you, but there's one.
I was part of the conversation.
There's one point at the end that she brought up that I think you're going to be particularly pleased with.
Okay.
But before we get to that, regarding the diversity, I mentioned that I thought they could have used a few more female voices on their
ticket?
Their ticket, yeah. And Cassie pointed out when they first started, Princess Consuela Banana Hammock was the only female performer they had, so they've actually improved quite a bit. And she also pointed out that what I saw there in Cambridge was only a fraction of their roster, because they're based out of Worcester, and only a certain amount of them could actually make it out to Cambridge. Okay. So important to note, and she encouraged us to come either see them at the next time they're in Cambridge, which I think is in they're doing another one in Davis Square on the 10th of September, which is Becky's #team slumber party.
I thought that was going to be in Worcester.
I don't know. I guess they just confirmed a date for 9/10 for Becky's #team.
9/10?
9/10/16.
I was hoping to go to King Richard's Fair that day, but I don't think it's in the cards.
Okay.
But the reason why I was going to go to King Richard's Fair that day is because it was Cleavage Day.
We're just winning friends.
Yes.
Cleavage.
Oh, women, you'll love this show.
Anyway, but so Becky was making. They do have.
I had an ulterior motive.
Okay.
It's just, I figure like parents would be less likely to go and bring their children to King Richard's Fair on Cleavage Day.
Okay, so you wanted to go on a day when there weren't little children underfoot.
Would be less children. I'm sure there'd be plenty of
or fewer.
Scuzzy. There'd be Scuzzy dads all over the place that are just saying,
dads.
"All right, son, we're gonna go check out some tits."
Scuzzy dads and mommy tubes. No, so I think I said Becky before. Cassie let us know.
No, but it was Becky's party.
I know, but just before. But
it was a different Becky. Yeah. Whatever.
Cassie mentioned Camp FBW on the 13th of August, which is at Worcester. So they do have an August one, and she said that's the week I'm away.
Oh.
And she said even if I don't go, you should go, and here's why you should go.
Why?
They have pinball.
They have more than one?
They have pinball. So this is, how did she phrase it? Does indeed have a pinball machine.
That's fine. I mean, I'm all right with a pinball machine.
And several old school arcade games.
Well, cool. I mean, that's much better than the barcade that... Oh, wait, I'm not going to... I already apologized for that.
And apparently they have great burgers and super cheap beers.
All right, so maybe that's something we have to do in a couple weekends.
We do. I mean, I can't go to the one in August, but...
Or maybe we could go to both. Maybe I'll go and check it out, see what it's like in their neck of the woods, nape of the way. Mm-hmm. And then... come the 10th when we can't go to King Richard's Fair Booby Day, we can go to that instead.
Okay. All right. I like that you had an ulterior motive. Motive?
Boobid.
An ulterior bootive. Boobiv?
I don't know. That's not a word.
That doesn't work.
And it's not one of those things that I don't think we'll ever catch on.
Yeah. All right. Well, you can find the show notes for this episode at clarkwoods.com/hot/105.
Wow, 105.
105. And if you'd like to send us an email about anything we've talked about today, or about the time that you put your dick in something, or your vagina in something.
Yeah, if you like dunked your pussy onto popcorn.
Kind of. I wonder what the. If you know the answer to this, I would love to hear it. What is the female equivalent of dick in the popcorn? Like, is there one?
Well, we're just going to
have you're just secretly hoping
the amazingly large female audience that we have provide us with some sort of some feedback on that question.
Yeah. Send that feedback to hot@clarkwoods.com. Or
you could tweet us.
I
tweet so much that you're going to be like, wow.
I
don't know if I could follow this guy anymore. Now that he changed, he made his own little side account for his
for the
transponder snails. So therefore, I don't tweet at the alarming rate that I used to.
No. You tweet at a somewhat non-alarming rate.
Yeah, so you would say once a week, maybe.
Once a week.
Sometimes twice a week if something really interests me, or if I'm really intoxicated and have Twitter open.
You should do that more often. I think drunk Twitter is the best Twitter.
Oh, God. Hey, remember when I lost my job and we've gotten so much negative feedback from the podcast that I don't know if it'll be advisable that we do it anymore? No, I don't
know. But if they wanted to find those one or two tweets a week, they could find them at
Tuesday is Loser. That's at Tuesday is Loser, all one word.
And if you wanted to tweet at me, I am at ECC1977.
Cool.
Because I'm old.
Yes.
Well, older than you.
Older than you.
Older what?
I don't know. Big Lebowski or something. One Piece.
Drink.